Have you ever woken up in your own life and felt like a total stranger just moved in? Same bed, same face in the mirror, same messages piling up on your phone, but something feels completely off. And nobody ever explains what that actually is. So let's talk about it. Here's the deal. One day, without any warning, your entire life can start feeling unfamiliar. The world keeps moving exactly like before. Your job's still there, your responsibilities are still waiting, but underneath all of it, something shifted. The goals that used to excite you suddenly feel hollow. The identity you spent years building starts feeling like a jacket 2 sizes too small. And this quiet, uncomfortable question starts trailing you everywhere. Who am I, if none of this actually means what I thought it did? Most people panic the second this hits. I must be depressed. I've lost my motivation. I'm just ungrateful. And look, those thoughts make sense. This feeling is genuinely heavy and disorienting. But here's what I think is actually going on. It's not that your life lost meaning. It's that the meaning you borrowed from everyone else got too small to hold who you're actually becoming. What if the version of you that's cracking right now was never the whole picture to begin with? This is what people call ego death. And no, it's not your personality getting wiped out. It's the collapse of an identity you accidentally mistook for your entire self. Here's something wild. From the moment you were born, you started collecting pieces of an identity. A name, a role in your family, a set of expectations nobody actually asked if you wanted. People warmed up to you when you acted certain ways, and pulled back when you didn't. So you adapted. You figured out what got approval, and what got you shut out. Slowly, quietly, a character formed. Not fake, just incomplete, shaped entirely by survival and the need to belong. Think of an actor who's played one role for so long, he forgets there was ever a stage. He talks in the character's voice, protects the character's reputation, panics at anything that threatens the script. Then one day, someone whispers from backstage, "You were never just the role." That should feel freeing. Instead, it feels terrifying, because if you're not the role, who's actually left standing there? Your ego does something similar. It collects your memories, achievements, wounds, opinions, fears, and stitches them into one story called me. Honestly, nothing wrong with that on its own. It's how you remember where you live, how to talk to people, what promises you've made. The trouble starts when that useful little tool becomes a cage. When you start believing you are the story, instead of just carrying it around. Suddenly praise feels like proof you're real. Criticism feels like a personal attack. Win something and the character feels solid. Lose something and your whole identity shakes. But here's the twist. Behind all that performance, something quiet just sits there, watching every role come and go without needing any of them. Ego death kicks off the moment that quiet awareness gets close enough to ask a question the character has zero answer for. Who's actually watching all of this happen? What if the thing you've spent your whole life protecting was never actually you in the first place? Once that question shows up, the old structure starts loosening, sometimes softly. An old goal just stops mattering. A belief you defended for years quietly stops feeling true. Other times it's brutal. A relationship ends, a career falls apart. Someone you love dies, and the entire meaning you built around it disappears overnight. Some traditions call this the dark night of the soul. Your mind goes hunting for answers and comes back empty every time. Old plans feel meaningless. Life feels drained of color, like walking through a city where every street sign got ripped down overnight. The roads are still there, you just have no clue where any of them lead anymore. And this is exactly where fear gets loud. Your ego reads the collapse of its structure as the collapse of your entire life. It tells you you're disappearing, that you'll never feel okay again, that you need to rebuild right now. So a lot of people rush into distraction, force new goals, cling to a relationship, or grab a brand new identity just to make the discomfort stop. But what if trying to escape that darkness too fast is basically patching a wall your own life is trying to walk you through? Picture a seed sitting underground. No sunlight, no open sky, nothing telling it anything good is happening. Its old shell starts splitting open. From the seed's point of view, that genuinely looks like dying, but it's not punishment. The shell breaks because whatever's inside outgrew the shape that used to keep it safe. Ego death runs on the exact same rhythm. What's cracking isn't your real self. What's cracking is the shell that used to protect it. Real surrender isn't pretending you're fine or forcing a smile through the pain. It's just stopping the argument with the fact that this moment is actually happening. Picture being caught in a strong river current. Panic makes you fight it, thrash against the water, burn all your energy trying to reach a shore you already floated past. But surrender isn't drowning. It's realizing the river might actually carry you somewhere safer once you stop treating it like an enemy. During this whole process, surrender usually sounds like 3 small words. I don't know. Your ego hates those words because its entire identity runs on certainty. One important note here though, surrender is not ignoring your mental or physical health. Talking to someone you trust, resting, getting professional support, all of that is part of surrendering too. This isn't about romanticizing suffering. As the resistance softens, small things start slipping in. Sunlight resting on a wall, someone's laugh landing in your chest before your brain judges it. A few seconds where you're not performing for anyone at all. Honestly, I think what's left after all this isn't a smaller version of you. It's a truer one. A kind of presence that doesn't need a title or an achievement to feel real. It doesn't grow with praise or shrink with rejection. Meaning comes back too, just different. It stops depending on some big destination. Washing a cup can hold meaning now. Sitting with someone in pain can hold meaning. Nothing needs to become extraordinary before it becomes sacred. You don't stop being human after this. Your quirks are still there. Your old patterns still show up sometimes. You can still get hurt, still get impatient. The difference is, the character stops carrying the impossible job of being your entire existence. Life gets lighter. Not because the pain vanishes, but because pain stops proving that you're broken. So if this is happening to you right now, don't rush to rebuild who you used to be. Let old answers go quiet. Ask for help where you actually need it. And stop judging yourself for not knowing what comes next. Ego death isn't the end of you. It's the end of believing a pile of memories and labels could ever fully contain whatever you actually are.